Good evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where I curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. All right, viewers, this is big news that has come in. It could also very well be ominous. While there is an expectation that there might be a third wave where the Omicron virus is concerned, the latest that has come in, viewers, right now is that the question of children getting vaccine was on everyone's mind. India's expert panel on vaccine has given a recommendation to the Centre on Vaccines for Children. The National Technical Group on Immunization has said that kids do not need vaccines at the moment. In its recommendation to the Centre, the vaccine panel group said the data shows children are not at risk and vaccinating kids is not a priority at the moment. All right, let's listen in to all the reactions that we are getting in. NTAGI member Dr. Jayaprakash Mulyal spoke to India Today a short while ago.
Sir, just wanted to understand what decision has been taken by the NTAGI working group on children's vaccination.
Truly, there is no decision yet. All we have done is we have gone through the process of looking at the issue in terms of expected mortality, how much we can prevent, and all these things we have gathered information. And the current stand is,
Yes, I can.
Current stand is to say there is no justification for starting the vaccination for below 12 years of age now. Okay?
Right.
So that is the current cut. So the mortality as recorded across the world in this age group is close to zero. There have been a few deaths, but all of them have been associated with some other serious condition like malignancy, leukemia, whatever it is.
So that means that vaccination for children in India could be pushed perhaps to next year, or there will be no vaccination for children in India
Maybe.
at all?
Both possibilities are possible. Remember, COVID infection rate among 6 to 12 years of age, if you look at it, a large proportion of the children in India have been immunized through natural infection. Okay, so we are talking about lakhs and lakhs of children, and with no untoward effect to them. So there is no urgent need to push for vaccine for them.
All right, viewers, what is ironic is that this news that the recommendation panel has said that children do not need vaccine comes at a time when India's Omicron threat is only becoming larger. A total of 200 Omicron cases have been detected in the country. Maharashtra and Delhi registered the highest number of infections at 54, while Telangana registered 20 cases, Karnataka 19, Rajasthan 18, Kerala 15, Gujarat 14. 77 patients have recovered or migrated so far. The Health Minister on Monday informed Parliament the government's ready with an action plan to tackle any surge. From buffer stocks of medicines to ventilators, the Health Ministry has assured proactive measures to tackle a new wave if it happens. India is bracing for a possible Omicron surge ahead of the Christmas and New Year festivities too. Several states have imposed COVID restrictions as the holiday season is bound to witness large gatherings and could provide the super mutant a free run. A day earlier, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia briefed Parliament on the Omicron situation in India. Mandavia said the cases detected so far are mild and asymptomatic in nature.
We are in the famous Kalangut beach of Goa. Goa is brimming with life because there are practically no COVID restrictions for partying and social gathering. Unfortunately, in Mumbai, as we all know, that Section 144 has been imposed till the midnight of 31st December. What this has done in turn is that it has forced a large number of tourists to come to Goa. A large number of people have chosen Goa as their favorite destination to welcome Christmas and New Year's. Are there any COVID restrictions in place? The local policemen say no. Are the people abiding by COVID appropriate behavior? Unfortunately, a large section is not applying by or subjecting themselves to COVID appropriate behavior. I have had a word with many people and they say the COVID numbers are in control here. They don't see any guidelines or restrictions or any authorities picking them up. Medical experts say that this could be dangerous. As I said, people are definitely not abiding by COVID appropriate behavior and this definitely could be dangerous. But Goa has become the most favorite destination because there are restrictions already in place in Mumbai till the midnight of 31st December. With camera person Vaibhav Kangutkar, this is Pankaj Upadhyay in Goa, reporting for India Today.
You know, the issue, viewers, is it's not just Goa. Many other tourist destinations are seeing a massive influx of tourists bang in the middle of festive season at a time when Omicron cases are only but rising.
If you are planning to take a mini vacation this year end, you must know this. No matter which tourist destination in India you go to, Omicron could follow you. Tourists are thronging vacation destinations with a vengeance. Preparations for the Christmas and New Year are underway. Hotel and restaurants are overbooked already.
आज देख रहा हूँ काफ़ी अच्छे टूरिस्ट हैं, जोशीमठ में भी है और औली में भी है. अब बर्फ़ का इंतज़ार है. उम्मीद है कि जो है अगले हफ्ते एक मौसम बन रहा है, जैसे जानकारी है 23 तारीख से. उम्मीद है कि अच्छी बर्फ़ गिरेगी और पर्यटकों का आना जाना भी काफ़ी अच्छा रहेगा.
Everyone has dropped their guard as it appears, and people even becoming unafraid.
टूरिस्ट काफ़ी आएंगे. 24-25 से लगभग जनवरी फर्स्ट वीक तक पैक ही है.
In hill town of Manali, last week witnessed more than 7,000 tourists. Virtually no one following basic COVID protocols, and almost no one wearing a mandatory mask.
मेरे को लगता नहीं भाई कोरोना अभी रहा है नहीं रहा है, क्योंकि इतनी भीड़ होनी नहीं चाहिए. वरना फिर अपना भाई अगर कोरोना है तो बंद ही कर देना चाहिए, या तो सब कुछ, या फिर अपना ओपन रहो सिस्टम.
आपने भी मास्क नहीं पहना है.
इंजॉय करें या मास्क डालें, ये तो गवर्नमेंट को देखना चाहिए था इस चीज़ के बारे में. तो हम तो मास्क ऑलरेडी हमारी पॉकेट में भी है, हमने यहाँ पे आके एंजॉय करना था इसलिए हमने उतारा है.
हमको किसी के चेहरे पे दिखा नहीं इसलिए हमने नहीं पहना ना. हम लोग लाए सब लोग जेब में रख रखे.
The authorities are facing an unfolding nightmare.
पुलिस इंश्योर करवाएगी कि हर आदमी जो है मास्क पहना हो और जहां तक संभव हो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का भी पालन करे. तो कोरोना के जो गाइडलाइंस हैं उनका भी सख्ती से पालन किया जाएगा.
While the guard has been dropped in the hills, curbs like Section 144 till midnight for December 31st has dampened the party mood in Mumbai. The usual excitement is missing with COVID-19 around us and yet again playing a spoil sport. The rising Omicron numbers leaving the government worried. Late night parties, gathering at the promenade or along the beaches has now been banned. The hotel and restaurant industry is disappointed, staring at a big loss of business in another year.
Definitely we are disappointed, we are sad, but then again it's a collective responsibility of everyone. We hope that next year will be better than this, but as of now we intend to follow everything very seriously.
First, Section 144 was imposed in the city till the midnight of 31st December. And now the BMC chief has himself issued a note warning citizens of strict action if COVID norms are not followed. He has gone on to the extent of warning even the celebrities if rules are not followed. COVID situation in Mumbai remains grim and the festive season is going to test the administration.
National capital Delhi has also put a bar on all types of big public gatherings, relegating festivities to the back burner till the 1st of January.
Whether it's a tourist destination or a city market, the crowds are swelling ahead of the year end. But we are inviting the new variant as well as COVID cases if we don't follow COVID appropriate behavior. With Anup in New Delhi, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.
All right, viewers, now it's happened twice in a row where Rahul Gandhi has lost his cool on the media asking questions. Why this time? Take a look.
On Monday, he said this.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? नहीं सरकार. या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? अरे मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ आपके सरकार आपका. क्या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं?
And on Tuesday, he said this.
सरकार की दलाली मत करो.
The Congress party's de facto frontman is on a short fuse, snapping repeatedly at journalists outside Parliament. On Monday, he was questioned on Parliament's disruptions. And on Tuesday, he was questioned on his lynching comment. Both times, he lost his cool and shot the messenger.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? नहीं सरकार। या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? अरे मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं आपके सरकार आपका। क्या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? नहीं हाउस अरे मेरे जवाब देने दो। आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? हाउस को ऑर्डर में रखने का किसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है? ऑपोजिशन की नहीं होती है, सरकार की होती है।
सरकार की दलाली मत करो, डाइवर्जन डाइवर्ट मत करो। आपने एक ट्वीट किया है थोड़ी देर पहले। थैंक यू भैया। आप भैया डाइवर्ट मत करो। मैंने आपको बोला देखिए सरकार की दलाली मत करो।
Rahul Gandhi's gussa against the media isn't new. He's had a long history of taking pot shots at journalists posing questions to him. In the heat of the 2019 election campaign, Rahul Gandhi latched onto a Narendra Modi interview to news agency ANI, firing directly at the interviewer and calling her pliable.
आपने कल प्रधानमंत्री का इंटरव्यू देखा आपने? हंस रहे हैं। मतलब प्लायबल जर्नलिस्ट, वो क्वेश्चन भी कर रही थी, प्रधानमंत्री के आंसर भी दे रही थी साइड में।
Election season is always a tricky time for political tempers, but Rahul Gandhi's gussa is perhaps more understandable than most. For starters, he's become target number one even within the opposition, with everyone from Mamta to Prashant Kishore to Pinarayi Vijayan to even his close ally Stalin, either saying or doing things that hamper Rahul's latest attempt at opposition leadership. Even worse, the continuing implosions and exits within the Congress have only revealed the rot within the grand old party. And with emotions and anger building up, it's perhaps only natural that Rahul Gandhi chooses so often to shoot the messenger. He's done it twice in 2 days. Expect it to happen again. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, 2 cases have come of lynchings from the state of Punjab, which has led to a big political storm, with none other than Rahul Gandhi coming in and saying that before 2014, nobody had heard of what lynchings were. Well, he did face a political backlash to it.
Horrifying incidents that have left the entire nation in shock. Incidents that make us all hang our heads in shame. Incidents that have now triggered a who started it political fight. Here's Rahul Gandhi's tweet that set the cat among the pigeons. The Congress MP saying before the year 2014, the word lynching was unheard of in the country. Rahul's intention perhaps was to remind India of the horrific UP lynchings in the last many years. But the timing of the comment couldn't have been worse.
मैं नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू पुत्र सरदार भगवंत सिंह सिद्धू स्वतंत्रता सेनानी ऐलान करदा कि अगर किते भी बेअदबी होवे, चाहे कुरान शरीफ दी होवे, चाहे भगवत गीता दी होवे, चाहे गुरु ग्रंथ साहब दी होवे, सामने लोकां दे लिया के फाहा ला देना चाहिए। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दी सब तो बड़ी सजा देनी चाहिए।
Rahul's party colleague, Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, openly advocating lynchings in his state at a time when a man was lynched to death for a sacrilege bid in Punjab. The BJP was also quick to retort. Amit Malviya tweeting out a video of Rajiv Gandhi's speech calling him the father of mob lynching.
जब इंदिरा जी की हत्या हुई थी तो हमारे देश में कुछ दंगे फसाद हुए। जब भी कोई बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती थोड़ी हिलती है।
राहुल गांधी की याददाश्त कमजोर है और अल्पायु है। 2014 से पहले इस देश में सैकड़ों दंगे हुए और उनमें से कई दंगे ऐसे थे जब गांधी परिवार का कोई न कोई व्यक्ति शासन में था।
84 के अंदर इसी दिल्ली के अंदर में सिख भाइयों को किस प्रकार से घसीट कर मारा गया।
In 2014, Rahul Gandhi would have must understood that he is son of one of the world's biggest mob lyncher, which is Rajiv Gandhi.
But the Congress has hit back with equal aggression, backing Rahul Gandhi's lynching comment to the T.
जो राहुल गांधी जी ने बोला है वो जो पार्टी विशेष है, जो एक बीजेपी पार्टी है, उसकी जो आगे संस्था आरएसएस है, जो हिंदुत्व को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, वो जगह जगह पर जाकर पब्लिक प्लेस पर जाकर लोगों को मार रहे हैं।
Lynching politics back in focus with Rahul's comment, but he's put his own government in Punjab in a spot. When will the Congress and Rahul Gandhi condemn the horrifying lynching at the Golden Temple in Amritsar? Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. You're watching our fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and other WhatsApp group. Now, there's a claim suggesting that a video on social media is of a Karachi blast on Sunday. The fact to that, this video is from the August 2020 blast in Beirut. Nothing to do with Karachi or Pakistan and nothing to do with a bomb blast in Pakistan. With that quick fact check, viewers, time for me to go into a quick break. You do stay with us. On the other side is To The Point.